Okay, hello everyone, Stevo here with Stevo's Gaming Dungeon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build cities quickly in TaleSpire. One thing I usually do is I build nature maps, natural maps, a lot more than I build cities. And it's because normally my party is out in the wilderness kind of traveling and going to and from cities, so there's a lot of nature in between. So I'm used to building those maps. However, cities are important eventually, especially if you're building a starting town, that your players start in and they can buy all their gear and stuff. But otherwise, they're eventually going to be running into other towns as they explore out into the world. So if you're kind of crunched for time and you need to build a good looking map quickly before game time, I definitely recommend using my style of building here, which is modular building. So in nature, like this is a module here, and all a module is where you combine items from the library together to create a new item that you can copy paste into the map. So I just created a very simple example here, candelabra, just rotated it with this one here and clip them in, and there you go. You have a module. And then down below my map, I always press F2 to get to my starting point, and then I always build my entrance at the F2 point. And then down south from that, if you look at your compass down at the bottom left, down south from that is where I put all my modules. And then when I'm done with the map, I either delete them or sometimes I save them, because when I share the map, I kind of like to include the modules so that people can add to the map if they want. Anyways, so the trick to building cities quickly is the same as building nature quickly, whether it's mountains or forests or whatever. The only difference is you're building little houses, you're building little skyscrapers, little buildings, and you're going to want to have a good variety of them. This map's really small, so I only did 3, but as you can see, I was able to reuse them multiple times. This merchant tent I used twice, this blacksmith house I used twice, and this apartment, or this little like living quarters, I used 3 times. Now if my map was 6-7 times, 100 times the size, the same concept would apply, except I would simply need more modules. And the secret is to add the detail you need inside the house first when you're building the original module. That way when you copy paste it, you don't have to add all that detail in later. You can sprinkle a little bit, especially for quest areas, you're going to want them to look a little unique. But for like filler area, people can explore if they want, but it's not really going to have anything big for the game. You don't need to worry about the fine details of that. When I first started in TaleSpire, I would add a huge amount of detail. I would build every house individually, because I had so much fun with building the map and taking my time and having all that detail. However, as the months went on, that's kind of a drag. So now what I do is a kind of a combination of both. I build maps very quickly, but I also take my time on the original module and add all the nice details so it looks good. And then that combination allows me to build a good looking map in about an hour. This took me about an hour to make, maybe a little less. Especially if I hurry, I can build a map in about 30 minutes. But yeah, that's really the trick. The other thing with building cities, I haven't really added it yet here, but obviously you got to keep your roads in mind. So make sure you have some distance between your houses here. And if it looks a little too cookie cutter, you can just build towers to help kind of cover things up, make it look a little different, Like you could build, like so. Put these in the corner here. And put a roof on it. Okay. There you go. You got yourself a nice, easy tower. You don't even have to put anything in it. You can put some lighting in it, I guess. That's about it. And then you can just kind of sprinkle this around, like next to buildings. You can kind of clip them in here. Put it over here. You know, put one here, maybe. Stack it right next to the house. So you can see how it kind of. I could put it up a hill like here and make it look like it's part of the house, but the players wouldn't be able to explore it. It's basically just there for decoration. That's just kind of an example of how you can add a little bit more variety quickly with modules. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all very much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this and if it helped you learn, and I'll catch you on the next one.